Hey guys, welcome back to the JRPG Academy. In our first lesson, we discussed what a foundation game was. If you'd like to watch that very first lesson, you can check it out in the JRPG Academy playlist. Today's lesson will focus on character tropes in JRPGs. Well, actually, it will focus on two character tropes in particular. The first trope being the Magic Pixie Dream Girl, which is a play on the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. The second one would be the quote-unquote cool girl. Both of these tropes are heavily discussed in popular Western film, television, and literature. However, I find that both of these tropes are very prevalent in Japanese role-playing games. We'll be taking a deep dive into both of these tropes and how they're used in one of the most popular JRPGs around.
It'll be fine, right? After you.
Alright, so first we have the Magic Pixie Dream Girl, which is just a play on the Manic Pixie Dream Girl trope. The trope's usage has been heavily discussed in such films like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 500 Days of Summer, and countless others. For our purposes, the trope plays out a little bit different. The Magic Pixie Dream Girl is very beautiful and has incredible magical abilities or outstanding magical powers that are really important to the overall story. She is very carefree, charismatic, and doesn't take life too seriously. She's also a little naive and pretty immature in some ways. One of her main functions is to be a plot device for the story and also give the main characters some character development. Sometimes she gives some major character development, but that all depends on the story. Her youthful persona is very infectious, and she's the complete opposite of the main character. Her unique perspective and worldview help the main character see life in a very different way. She's also helps him break out of his shell and live life to the fullest. She helps him learn to express his emotions and feel love for the first time. The main protagonist is usually deeply infatuated and in love with her because of all these things. A great example of this would be Aerith in Final Fantasy VII. Aerith helps Cloud to finally care about a lot of things more than he ever did before, and helps him loosen up a little bit and be more personable. She is both meek and fragile and needs to be protected. Outside of helping Cloud to become a fully realized human being and a plot device for the overall story of Final Fantasy VII, Aerith doesn't have any discernible features or traits about her. That's my main issue with this trope. It doesn't allow for the Magic Pixie Dream Girl to be a fully realized character within the game. She is sometimes disposable and just lacks any real depth. Aerith simply just a love engine and a plot device and nothing more. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the cool girl. This trope was recently discussed on one of my favorite YouTube channels, The Take. I'll put a link in the description so you can watch the entirety of their video essay. In JRPGs, the cool girl is typically a supporting character who is more of a tomboy. She's pretty much one of the guys. She's a bro. She's very strong, has quite a bit of fighting prowess and combat training. She just does it all. She doesn't rely on the main character for anything. She's really strong, independent, and very self-assured. She's the complete opposite of the Magic Pixie Dream Girl. However, one of the major issues with this trope is that she's never seen as the main love interest. The main protagonist falls in love with the Magic Pixie Dream Girl because he has to save her, and that feeds into his own ego. The cool girl doesn't need to be saved, and therefore he has no reason to feel protective over her. She can take care of herself. The issue that arises is that her feelings and emotions are taken into account by him because he doesn't feel a need to protect her. She's tough, doesn't take crap for anybody, and why would he need to worry about her feelings? Much of the game, Cloud has a hard time seeing Tifa as a fully realized person with feelings and emotions. He's way too infatuated with Aerith to see that Tifa also needs emotional support too. In having children, he doesn't give her the emotional support that she needs. The cool girl in JRPGs are often overlooked and usually cast aside for the pretty, dainty, fragile Magic Pixie Dream Girl. Another example would be in Skies of Arcadia with Aika and Fina. Taking a step further, Final Fantasy X did a pretty good job of actually flipping the trope on its head. Titus, the main character, was actually the Magic Pixie Dream Boy, and his sole purpose in the game was to be a plot device to help Yuna not take life so seriously finally. He's also the audience's reaction to a lot of the customs, traditions, and culture within the game. I don't think either trope is necessarily bad, but I do think that when they're used poorly, it takes away from the actual game itself. The characters become way too one-dimensional and lack any real depth. So that concludes today's lesson. Hopefully you got a better grasp of what the Magic Pixie Dream Girl and Cool Girl tropes are from this video and help you understand them a lot better and how they're used. I'm glad that we were able to talk about this because this has been a trope that I want to discuss for quite a while, and I think that Final Fantasy VII Remake gives us a great opportunity to discuss a lot of things in JRPGs, especially since this game is going to be super popular, and a lot of people are going to be finally analyzing this game for the first time, actually, too, when it comes out. So, expect more videos probably on this game. Now, for your homework assignment, I want you to think about the Magic Pixie Dream Girl trope and the Cool Girl trope in JRPGs. List some of your favorites of both tropes and how they're used. Are these tropes effective in the overall scheme of the game? Do they take away from the characters themselves? What do you think ultimately about them? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next video.
I guess they must be fond of you.
This one's a little too big to adopt.
Tough luck, friend. Sounds like you don't have a place here.
Don't forget to subscribe!